There we are. Alrighty, hey everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David, Bassman, her ladyship, and Basswoman? Now, 2-inch long yard arms, you reckon, David? Dear me, Governor. It's a whole new time. Well, it's a rather reduced element of time to hanging from the highest yard arm. We'll leave that discussion there. Now, whilst I think I'm waffling, delete and paste, and there we go. Yeah, this morning I'm just looking to do a whole stack of tidying up. I had a look at how the interior came up. There's a few bits that need to happen there. There's a little bit on wheels. There's bits and pieces all over. So we'll get onto them and then we'll start. Oh, hey, hey.
Morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Now,
Good.
there we are. Now, I had a curious experience recently because my normal speaker died and I had to use my headset because I was keeping it all on charger while I was doing it. And the curious part is it seemed to last longer as far as it's lasted the full length of streams now. Coffee time.
Okay. Oh, yeah?
So I'm wondering if it needs to be on whilst charging.
Huh. Well, you think it would charge better being off. That's
You
my
would think.
experience. That's my experience with electronics.
That you would think, yes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, apparently it seems to judge better the other way. Now, as to why that is, mine's not to reason why. I'm not going to do my head in with that behavior. Okay, here's where we are with the interior.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I obviously need to do a little bit of tidying up in there. When I unwrapped on the front, that happened.
Pretty sharp. Looking pretty sharp.
When I unwrapped the front, that happened, which is a bit of a pisser, but not a problem because...
What the hell?
Yeah, I know. But that's okay because that actually goes about... Let's get the angle right. Come here, you. It'll cover it anyways, ultimately, the point.
Oh, hellfire, yeah. So if we're going to cover it, there's no sleep lost.
No, not a problem. It's just, yeah, it looks ugly in the immediacy of the moment. Now, how is that sitting properly? There's that. I think it's something like that. No. Either way, you get the idea. It's going to be covered by this, ultimately.
Right.
So the concern is not really there. What does it go under? Anyway. But I do need to do those tidy ups in there, which are not too extensive. Our seats have come up pretty well.
Oh, yeah. Nice and shiny.
Shiny, shiny.
Looks like leather seats.
Do what?
It looks like leather seats.
That's what you want, isn't it now?
Yep.
Now. Oop, Jeff's here.
Hello, Jeff.
How you doing, Jeff? Now, first port of call, glossy black, I would suggest, which I have placed somewhere. Yeah, here I have. And hopefully this will be black enough for, and there's little spots like here down the bottom on the chairs where I've sort of over masked, I guess is the correct term.
Yep.
Little things.
The little things in life.
It is. That's the one of the lines that in the Simpsons episode there's a parody of James Bond when the rest of the family convinces Homer that they want to go back to Springfield. And and he goes and tells his boss, Scorpio, Hank Scorpio. And as Homer tells him, basically the James Bond character is clearly called in the forces, and Scorpio's doing all manner of diabolical things to the attacking forces, like flamethrowers and boiling oil, all sorts of caper. And as he's and that's the point at which Homer comes up and says, "Yeah, I can't keep working for you. My family want to go back home." And the initial response is, "Let him go. Stay here. We'll go bowling." And eventually Homer said, "Well, when it comes to well, what's the problem? Oh, it's just a lot of little things." Well, you can't argue with the little things. It's the little things that make up life.
This is true.
And it's that, and so for if he says, "No, I think you should go with your family," and if you could take out some what's it he calls them, some soldiers on the way out, that'd be great. And as Homer's walking very sadly out, because you see, he loves his job. For the first time in his life, he's good at his job. His division's way ahead of the German warfare and weather control divisions. And a grenade rolls in front of him. He casually sort of kicks it to the side, thinking it's like a rock, treating it like a petulant child would treat a rock. And,
kicking rocks.
Goes in front of some oncoming Marines. Who are promptly blown up. But yes, it's the little things that make up life. There's another. That's actually one of my favorite Simpsons episodes, just because it does have some great moments in it, as far as the whole James Bond parody of it. Like at one stage, he's got James Bunt on this platform with the laser going towards the crotch routine. And do you expect? And of course, the line is, "Do you expect me to talk?" "No, I expect you to die and be a very cheap funeral."
Damn.
And of course, when he manages his miraculous escape, because he's James Bunt, he gets seen, and Scorpio calls out, "Somebody stop him! He's supposed to die!" Homer, who's at the vending machine at the time, just thinks he's a work slacker and grabs him. Of course, Bunt is dragged away and summarily executed. You hear the gunfire.
Oh, shit.
And good work, Homer. When you get home, there's going to be another floor on your house. Yeah.
Oh, Basswoman says hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Actually, I'm doing Simpsons references. I've got a few options here. My favorite one is "Ahoy, hoy," which is Monty when he's answering the electric telephone, because he has to work it out for himself on when Smithers goes on holiday. And it's that he gets Homer to fill in for him, knowing that Homer's utterly incompetent, and therefore there's no possibility of him possibly giving him any sort of challenge while he's away, so to speak.
Right.
And Homer just runs out of patience with Burns bullying and wails on him. And so hard that Burns is reluctant to even talk to this fearsome beast. And indeed starts to use the telephone himself. And yeah, when he answers it, ahoy, hoy. And it's not really the telephone, of course, or the phone. It's the electric telephone.
I ain't watched the Simpsons in quite some time.
Oh, I've got the first 24 seasons on my hard drive. So if ever I want to watch, and there are some episodes that are just a wee bit good.
Right.
Yeah. I can just go, which episode was that again? Maybe if I need to use a bit of Google. And ultimately, I watch my Simpsons.
There's just so much to watch in so little time, you know. There's like so many new movies.
Oh, there's shitloads of it.
We're trying to catch up on, and we watched the new Superman movie last night.
Oh yeah, nice one. Was it good?
Yeah, well, it was okay. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much based on the comic book. You know how Superman actually came to be, and that aspect of it was really good. And other characters in the movie, Green Lantern and Hawk Girl. I mean, they were okay. I mean, like I said, they're from the comic book, but is it a movie I would watch again? No, but I enjoyed it. You know, watching it last night.
Oh yeah. So it's curious. I don't know if it continues to be the case, but it used to be that both Steve Reeves, was it, and Christopher Reeve, both Superman actors, had some pretty harsh outcomes on physical injury and stuff.
Yeah. Henry Cavill, the one that played the recent Supermans, they got what was it, a new person they got up there, and they fired all them, let them go. Yeah, new owner of DC let Henry Cavill, the one that played most of the Superman movies here recently.
Yeah, right.
Let him go. He was a great actor for Superman, in my opinion. He was in the Batman movie.
Oh, there's something I should send you on the topic of Batman. It's now note I've seen none of the Batman movies. Excuse me a brief moment.
All right.
Yeah, anyway, but I'm not sure who does it. It's a parody sort of a thing, but I believe there's a oh hey, see how you doing? A scene in one of the movies with Bane where somebody or there's a scene where or the way it's set up is that somebody's knifing Batman while he's talking to Bane. It's like an act of revenge or something.
Right.
Anyway, and if I send you the clip, you'll see it, and a friend of mine who has seen some of the movies thinks it's absolute gold. But ultimately, Batman's caught off guard because as the conversation transpires, he's been shagging this chick silly in a manner quite filthy. And some of the dialogue is gold in that regard. Here we go. I'll hit you with one spoiler. And the line is, if that's revenge, sign me up for some more. I mean, you sucked my cock like a lot.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, it's at that sort of a level, and
Wow.
yeah, it's just yeah. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
um. So yeah, as well, like I said, as far as the parody vid sort of thing goes, yeah, it's a bit of a win, that one. It's funny. Particularly as the dialogue descends into some quite oh dearie me moments.
You put it in your damn mouth and you hold it there.
It goes that level, yes. I'm not sure if it was a thing that was broadcast publicly, let's put it that way, whether it's just a YouTube thing or how it operates. It is funny. That much is
Oh man, the stuff you can find on YouTube these days is unreal.
some of it's gold. One of the I've seen two really funny ones with kids. One where you remember the ice bucket challenge? I never did it myself.
Yeah,
But,
no.
yeah, okay. Well, basically, you know the drill.
Yeah.
I'll challenge so and so to take the ice bucket. Da 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 da. Anyway, I've seen this one where there's this quite young girl. I mean, she's still sort of got the yeah sort of thing of that young kids have in there when they speak, because they've not quite got a good grasp on their words yet, sort of a style.
All right.
And she nominates her friends and people she knows who are up for the ice bucket. Receives said ice bucket, and then she just comes out with this expletive-laden range of exclamations. Oh, what the fuck is that? Losing her shit.
Oh shit!
And sounding like an adult.
Wow.
And in the same sort of a vein, is this? I've seen this thing of where there's a young girl. She's got like a bit of a lump on her head, and clearly the camera's sort of like on her, and she's being asked, "So who did that?" Chucky did it. And it's like, oh. So who did it? Chucky, fucking Chucky. And yeah, she starts getting quite vehement around the whole fucking Chucky.
Damn.
And you think, yeah, look, it is hilarious because it's just not how it's meant to roll.
Right.
Fucking Chucky. For a while, me and my partner of the time were almost using that as our go-to for anything being less than kosher.
Right.
Who was the cause of it? Fucking whatever.
Damn.
Like the government at the time. Here's a fun fact for you. When I say to you liberals, you would be thinking left-wing progressives, yeah?
Yeah.
Politically.
Yeah.
Okay. Over here, the Liberal Party is in fact conservative.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so this can get a little confusing. Anyway, so the at the time the Liberal government was in, and they were doing some pretty unpopular and fucked up things, actually. And the the big line was, and who did that? The fucking liberals. Um, yeah,
Damn.
it worked for us at the time. It was more of a sanity keeping measure.
Right.
As often is, regardless of who's in power, because as Mark Twain said, it doesn't matter who you vote for. A politician's going to get in.
Yep. That is so true.
He had some quite corking sayings, did Mark Twain. One of his that I'm a big fan of, and I think more people should think about. Yeah, well, I'll learn this one. Never argue with an idiot. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. And you know, it's fucking true.
Yeah, that does make sense. That does make sense.
Yes, and you can save yourself a huge amount of stress.
It supports your short-term, long-term working memory. Take it from me. Another never forgets.
I've tried arguing the point with people who,
Or
frankly, it was just no. And why was I doing it to myself? Since
are
then,
they the idiots? Or are we the idiots for thinking they're idiots?
well, are we the idiots for arguing the point? I've since learned, because of that saying, the marvelous art of going, this is causing me stress that I do not need, and I am ceasing to argue now.
Yep.
Because really, a lot of the time, when you're having an argument with someone, does it really matter? I mean, it could just be a matter of opinion.
You can't fix it, can't change it. There ain't no need in it.
No, so you know,
Nope.
it's about opinion, and a lot of the time that really doesn't amount to too much. That's going to, unless it affects you directly.
Well, you know what they say about opinions, right?
Oh, they're like assholes. Everyone's got one. And you know what? Some of them do smell.
Just a little bit.
Except mine. Mine smells like roses.
Blueberries. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's always been to me, a stupid question is an unasked question.
That's a fair. Actually, I would agree with that one. If you don't know, it's okay.
That's it. Everyone had to ask to learn.
Well, yeah.
And if you think you're above them, you're the dumbass.
Yeah. It's or it's not, or even down to, if you don't know, you should ask, because otherwise you're never gonna know.
That's it.
And if people give you a hard time for asking, they're dickheads.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
And this is where I got to say, when it comes to actually explaining, that sort of concept to people, where I like to think a fully laid on Australian accent can really deliver the line of set thought we're trying to get to here, which is, oh, look, mate, if some cunt fucking gives you a hard time for asking a question, they're just fucking dickheads, right?
Right. Holy shit.
Sometimes giving into stereotype can be funny.
Yeah. Yep.
Now we are getting places with this interior stuff. Very nice as well. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
And there was much rejoicing.
There was. Then they ate Robin's minstrels, and there was much rejoicing.
So how's your hip doing, Rob, after your
Good.
surgery?
I'm actually really, really pleased. In as much as obviously initially it's not so easy because, well, you've just got had a whole chunk of bone removed and a prosthetic basically put in, but it's taken well.
Oh, good.
Um,
I actually found some of my X-rays. I'm going to show you what was actually in my back right now.
oh, rightio.
Take a look. Take a look at that.
Oh, good Lord. Hang on.
Yeah.
We can go a bit. Give me a moment. Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, that's what's in my back right now. There's 10 screws.
Now, I've got 2 words for you on that front.
Well,
Fuck
12 screws,
that.
really.
That is fucking savage, man.
Yep.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's my pelvis right there, and from my
Dear
T12
God.
all the way down to my L5S1, all that.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yep. And it started out right there. That first disc ruptured and pressed
You.
on my L5S1, and then I had this replaced, that replaced, both of them replaced, and then that replaced.
And that's a
Great,
whole
right?
lot of fuck off right there, man.
And when I go through the doors at Target, I make the alarm go off.
Yeah, over here, and I dare say you've got something similar. Well, I was given a card for those occasions when I need to pass through scanners and shit.
Oh,
So
were
if I
you?
go yeah, I've got a card that will basically say,
cool.
yes, this man has a piece of metal inside him, and will activate the da da da. So I've got a medical exemption, or not exemption, but a reason. I'll obviously hit the scanner around as to the relevant area, and I
Right.
find I guess if we were to go beep 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 at the wrong spots, they'd probably be asking some pretty big questions, and fair enough too.
Yep.
But yeah. Although you got to say, if no use of that wonderful word, if I was inclined to take part in some sort of hijacking operation or whatever, a clever terrorist could use that to their advantage. As far as, okay, I know it's going to go beep there, so that's where I'm going to stash my weapon.
That's
Yeah.
funny. That's funny.
Yep, it's now there's got to be a book title there. Give me a moment. Here we go. Joint the title will be something like Joint Replacement for Terrorist Causes. How to push your ideology through hip replacements.
There you go. There you go.
It's a bit like about to get very tacky, but that's nothing new here, I'm sure.
Well, you can speak from experience. I mean, if people ain't never had nothing replaced or anything done like we've had done to them, man, it's hard on you.
It is. The worst part for me or in my eyes, initially. Well, I think so. Now we got our interior looking a wee bit better.
Oh wow, yeah, that looks really nice. The bronze was a good
few
choice.
little bits, but it'll get there.
Yeah, the bronze was a good choice.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now, a few little tidy ups on the chairs here. Yeah, this is on the topic of book titles more rather. I was getting to, as I mentioned, the book title of how to use hip replacements for the expansion of your ideology. A mate of mine found, just randomly on the net, a cookbook by Sophia Loren. If you remember her.
Sophia Loren, what'd she play in? Who was she? I
She
know
was an
the name.
Italian actress.
All right.
Pretty long time, mostly in the 60s sort of stuff. But I gotta say, she carried a look for years. She was pretty fucking hot, for even as she got older.
Yeah,
One of
right.
those sorts of people. Anyway, as we were discussing it, we started coming up with other ideas for or other people who might have cookbooks, and came up with the idea of potentially, well, you could have any number of porn stars doing this one, but a porn star's cookbook.
Porn Stars Cookbook.
Yeah, the title would be Cream Pies for Fun and Profit. Yeah.
Warm and moist.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah, we know where we're going with this.
It's literally lip smacking good.
Yeah, there we go. Oh dear. David was disappointed when he went through an airport scanner with no alarm. But
Oh shit.
apparently his good lady followed and took care of business.
Damn. I
Funny.
wonder how the shit gets into our country.
Well, that's it, isn't it? There's in long and short, there's a Family Guy thing where Peter finds himself in a spelling bee competition against this Indian kid.
Right now.
But because Tom Tucker, who's running the competition, can't pronounce the kid's name, he refers it to as something September 11-y.
11-y.
Yep. And when the kid finally makes an error in his spelling, he chirps out with, "Bet you could have spelled box cutter."
Take it from me.
You think, oh, dearie me.
Damn.
And that's when the kid goes, "I'm 11 years old and I'm Indian."
If I buy this battery, I get a free tool.
Yeah.
Lord Emmer.
Right, now let's get these seats up to speed. Almost there. This gloss black from Vallejo is matching quite well with the spray black.
Oh yeah, the Vallejo paints are the bomb. That's all I use.
They are
now.
good. I do like them. Look, the one
Now,
that was
I've never used Citadel paint, so I can't compare it to it.
I have used a few, but generally I just found, because you know how you just gravitate towards one or the other,
Right.
in terms of you don't want to keep jumping across. And one of the bigger problems I found with Citadel was defining the colors, if you know what I mean.
Oh really?
Well, where, for example, SMS, one of the joys of them as a paint range is they give very exact colors. like for the Luftwaffe aircraft, for US aircraft, any aircraft at all. They've got
Okay.
those colors exact.
Ah,
That's why I like them. But there are other paints, of course, that do, as we saw with the Corsair, where I used AK paints. That
okay.
do. That was the brand AK.
AK, not okay.
No, AK, as in the
Okay.
first letter of the alphabet, K.
Okay.
Indeed. Here we go. Think a bit of Cypress Hill action. A to the motherfucking K, homeboy.
Wiki, wiki, wiki.
That's the one. Inhale, exhale. That were funny. Anyway, but it was AK paints that I did the Corsair with, and that was more of an approximation, but they've got a really good range as well. But yeah, that was a problem I found with Citadel. They seem to be more focused on figures than cars and aircraft, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. They use them a lot for Warhammer figures and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I could probably do quite a good Warhammer figure if I chose to. But it's a question of also even then of knowing the colours.
This is true.
And in truth, I would suggest there's probably a whole lot more to the doing a Warhammer figure than just going, oh yeah, I can paint.
Oh no, I don't know anything about painting Warhammer figures, but it's got to be almost an art to blending the colors and making them look like they need to
There
be.
is, and there's certain,
All that.
yeah, and the different creatures have different colorings, and
Yep.
it's a different thing, man.
Yeah, you gotta
Here's
know
a
your
line.
paints and
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a line I thought for you in that same sort of category. It's the same but different. Because let's face it, when you're doing different things in modeling, it is a different approach. There's a different approach to aircraft as it is to cars, as it is to whatever.
Yep.
And the reason I find that kind of interesting, because it's true of just about everything, is if you look at anyone who's able to do all the different things, that's a rare ability. And that, and now comes my point, is apparently why Tchaikovsky, the Russian composer, is regarded as truly great, because he was able to write operas, ballets, symphonies, concerto. He went across the whole genres, all genres of classical music, to top-notch level, in a way that even my main man Beethoven can't or couldn't.
So would you consider that talent, skill, or both?
Bit of both. You don't get to be as big a name as Tchaikovsky without being prodigiously talented to begin with.
Right.
I mean, he is one of the biggest names in musical history. So there's a bit of a question answered for you straight away on some capacity, you know.
Right.
But again, it would be a lot of it would be sheer hard work. Nothing happens without that. However,
that's so true. Like me drawing, of course I was, I guess, born a little bit of it, but I know how to when I'm drawing something, make both the arms the same size, the same length, the hands the same size.
Yep.
You know, how to, shade to bring out detail. But I sat in my
Yep.
bedroom when I was 10 years old every night and drew, look at pictures and drew for hours on end
Yep.
until I, kind of felt like I was, good at it.
Yep. That's how you do it. I know that this is an extreme example, but Mozart, as in, there's two Mozarts. Fun fact. Everybody thinks of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, but his father,
Oh, yeah.
Leopold Mozart, was also quite a noted musician in his own right.
Yes.
And he soon worked out that his son had a prodigious talent and made him work on his musical stuff. And at a very young age, as a result, Mozart was playing in courts across Europe because he was this child who'd been with, like I said, it was basically almost like a classical Michael Jackson thing.
Oh, wow.
In terms of that's the level of talent he had. And the father's gone, right, well, we'll nurture that to the maximum of our ability. And that is why Mozart, I think he was ridiculously young when he wrote his first symphony. And I'm talking about single digits.
Yeah, he was.
And that's why, because his father was pushing him hard. Now, to be fair, you got to say, well, the results do speak for themselves. But you can also argue, yeah, but is that child abuse? In the modern era, it probably would be.
I guess some people would view it as that.
Well, in the modern era, it would probably be viewed as such.
Oh, yeah.
It's a different era. And also, if you go to places like China and some of the Eastern European countries, well, if they see someone with talent, they're going nowhere.
Man, I tell you what, we come up in a time where the teachers had paddles and rulers on their desk, and you got lines carried in the hallway in the grass. And I think society was better back then.
There were some teachers who were just dicks about it. But I got to say,
hell, teachers can't even scold a child without fucking repercussions and consequences, man. I mean, I went home and said it. Mr. Munson pampered me today. Daddy's like, did you deserve it? What'd you do?
Yeah, what did you do to deserve?
Yeah. I thought, well, he said, well, good. Did you learn your lesson?
I had to be given the cane on one occasion after wailing on this kid at primary school. And the thing was, the kid in question was a little shit. And was basically pretty obnoxious to everyone. And it had been, it wasn't like the wailing was undeserved. It was more, you just can't let it go.
Yeah.
These are the facts. And the deputy head who was giving me the proverbial riot act has told my mum after the fact that he felt absolutely awful telling me off, because what he really wanted to say was, well done, lad, you keep that up. But he had to do, yeah. Well, I can see where he's coming from on both fronts.
Yeah.
He's got to do what he's got to do. But he tried. I think he probably minimized the impact of said cane and didn't give me any extras that he could have as far as, and now he's got to go and do these duties and shit. It's just told off. You've been a naughty boy. And it stung a little, but it wasn't
Our
the
gym
full.
teacher drilled holes in his panel, so it wouldn't have wind resistance.
Yeah. There was a teacher at Ignatius as in St. Ignatius, that's the college I went to at high school, or the high school I went to.
Okay.
Over here, you get a lot of private schools that carry saints' names because they're affiliated with various churches.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know if it's the same in the US. I dare say there are some.
Yeah.
Anyway, but when I was there was a teacher with a quite formidable rep who had the nickname Spike because he had lost part of a finger there up to that point. Spike. And it was not unknown to knock people on the noggin with on the fontanelle as he walked past if they were being misbehaving.
Right.
Using his spike. But by reputation, if he gave you the strap, he would get you to have your hand underneath and bring it up to meet the belt as it came down.
Oh.
So you couldn't ride that shit. Now, that's savage for sure.
Oh.
But that said, I never knew the man to do anything of that nature that was not thoroughly deserved.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that's how the teachers were when I was coming up.
If they
randomly
ask for it, you got to be saying, "Well, hell, man, we all know what the drill is. You just set yourself up for that."
Yep.
But yeah, that was if he was giving someone the strap, he went the full stride.
Yep.
So you got to say, "Yeah, well, if you're going to do it, don't half do it."
No, do it right.
He did. Years
right.
later, when I was working as a courier, I bumped into him, and it was interesting talking to him because I said to him, "I don't know how the hell you put up with this little shit." And he actually said, "Oh, look, you're okay. I could just tell you, and you would fucking listen." And that was largely the way I roll. I knew when it was stupid to push things too far.
Yeah.
And he said, but the bigger problem was the spoiled little rich shits.
Yeah.
And he said, because it was a private school, he said, you get these cashed up kids, and they were almost fucking untouchable.
They're assholes, what they are, of the rich.
Yeah. And but he said, yeah, but you knew your limits. You knew where it all. Well, that's how it was. So you didn't push your luck.
Yep.
But yeah, it's one of the consequences that's come out of a bit of the lack of teachers being able to lay down the law. It's something I actually dealt with when I was a bouncer. It goes like this. Because over here they've introduced some pretty good, serious laws as well as about what bouncers can and cannot do these days, because too many people are just getting wailed on for no good reason.
Right.
And that's, I mean, you can see how it rolls.
Limitations and limits to everything.
Yeah. Anyway, but you get these dudes who would be complete fuck knuckles, and then actually even say, and you can't hit me because da 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 da.
Uh-huh.
And they've clearly picked this attitude up from I can get away with blue murder because that's what I did when I was at school. And I was not unknown to go, yeah, you're wrong. Crap.
Damn.
And then they'd go off and tell the cops, and the cops knew how I operated. 9 times out of 10, it'd be, what's your side of this? And I'd tell them. They'd go, yep, fair enough. And the guys would be given the on your bike.
You know, kids back in the day.
Pardon?
Go ahead. You're breaking up.
Oh, okay. How's that?
There you go.
I even have one particularly funny story where I refused these 3 guys entry. Oh, actually, I'd refused one. There's 3 guys approaching. I'd refused one entry because he was too pissed. The other 2 were okay, but yeah, not him. Now, the guy I'd refused entry to was actually pretty okay with it. She said, yeah, look, guys, you know, maybe I should go home. It's been a big night. And his mates have just been dickheads. And yeah, sorry, I'm just having a look at how that's coming out. I'm going to have to do a bit of tape after all, just to maintain the bronze a bit better. And one of them's actually started insulting me. Now, important storyteller's note, the owner's wife was outside whilst this was all happening. And whilst the one who's insulting me is continuing down this vein, he then goes the extra mile and starts insulting my mother.
Holy shit.
Whilst remaining
right
within
there.
arms. Yeah. All whilst remaining within arm's reach. And as he's gone the extra mile, shall we say, I've gone, I see, and given him a mighty backhander that's dropped him hard. And once they've sort of like, oh, well, we're going to get the cops. And the cops have come along. And these dicks have told their tale of woe. And the owner's wife had said, now, lads, as far as to the cops, from an independent viewpoint, this is what I saw. And as the tale got told, the coppers have looked at these guys and gone, you stupid bastards. What are you wasting our time for? Get off the fucking street. I see you here again tonight. You're going into lockup.
Holy shit.
They were pissed. And moral of the story, don't be a dickhead. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that was and that's a classic example of the cops know the drill. They're not stupid, and they're easily there wasn't like it was just, and even just the way the owner's wife sidled up, it was gold.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was. Here's some things you might want to know. Here we go. But yeah, I got a lot of interesting or fun stories off my time as a bouncer.
So I don't know if you've said before or not, but what made you become a bouncer? Just some
when
of
I
those available
graduated,
time, or you just need to unleash some of your demons?
it was simply a case of I'd graduated from uni, and at the time over here, we were in the middle of a big recession,
Uh,
and I couldn't get any work. As an example as to how bad it was, I remember discussing it with a guy who had graduated that same year in accountancy. And he was saying to me, normally, once you complete the people in any given year, when people from an accountancy, a given year of graduate accountants, boom, employment rates about 80 to 90% straight away, because there's a big demand for
right.
them. That year was 50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you're getting the picture here.
Yeah.
And I needed to get a job, and people said, "Look, mate, you're a big unit. No one in their right minds is going to fuck with you. No use of. I should have paid attention to right minds." Anyway, become a bouncer. I thought, well, that's not such a silly idea. I'd had the idea pitched to me a few times. So I became a bouncer, and it just eventually became the area of work that I was most easily able to get work in.
Okay.
I think there was a point to which, despite the fact I could have been employed in other areas, you also tended to get a bit pigeonholed. And also, certainly after a certain period of time, and I also think a lot of, because I did go for a lot of clerical positions and shit like that.
Right.
And I think a lot of people automatic assumption when dealing with someone with an extensive background in martial arts and security is violent, don't want to employ. There was certainly, or an assumption of violence having been the bounce was something I had to deal with a few times. People are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Can be very judgmental when you're a bouncer.
Right.
Or even if you've been a bouncer, there's a lot of assumptions of what some people make.
Well, I took Taekwondo when I was younger because of the school bus rides back in the early 80s, how there was some really mean bully assholes on there.
Yeah.
And so when I got to a point where my mom could pay for my classes, and then in turn, I didn't only do it for, discipline and to know I could protect myself, but it in turn made me a little bit of a bully. Yeah,
It can be easy for that to happen. Some people do, yeah. I've seen it happen with some young lads who, because where the place I used to train was actually on the main drag of the town I live in, or the city I live in. So very obviously, as you can imagine, you get these young lads out of training, out on the street where there's a lot of all sorts of behaviour and activity, and unsurprisingly, few of them fell by the wayside. And I don't just mean became bullies; I mean ended up inside jail.
Oh wow. Well, this even followed me up into my late 20s, early 30s. My wife can vouch for one thing. I worked at Food Line. There was this one stalker that was always mouthy and running his mouth. And he pissed me off one time, and I literally picked him up and turned him upside down and stuck him in the fucking trash can.
That's funny.
No bullshit. I really did.
Yeah, the The thing, yeah, like to getting with the I took up martial arts after I'd become a bouncer because when I first started, I was just this big guy with a rugby background who was just really strong, and that got me through. Um, and very, very aggressive. Yeah, well, actually, because what that's the one thing that rugby will always teach you is commitment. You must
Yeah,
commit 100%.
and follow through.
Oh yeah, and I just applied that very naturally. It worked very easily for me, and but I knew there was a better way. And that's why I took up martial arts.
Well, it also didn't help that I grew up with an older brother, and me and him were fighting like dogs all the time. Matter of fact,
It doesn't. It totally doesn't.
he was about 3 years. He was about 3 years older than I was, and he started. He was driving, of course, and he had a girlfriend, and I said something smart about her,
No, no.
and he pulled me off the back of my mama's car, threw me in the yard, and we out there fighting like two dogs. And my mama's getting the garden hose, spraying us, saying,
That's
"Go get the
hilarious
neighbor,
right
go
there.
get
You
the
know that,
neighbor."
don't you? That mental image of the mother spraying you down with a hose. I'm sorry, mate. That's gold right there.
She did. She sprays with the hose pipe like animals.
That's fantastic. Mind you, if you're going to be behaving that way, I can see why she'd go about it that way too.
Yep. I mean, I remember that like it was yesterday. He snatched me off the boot of that car and threw me on the ground.
On for young and old. My brother and I never got into actual fisticuffs. We didn't
Really?
get along. No, because he's 7 years older than I. And the other thing that you've got to realize here, you're going to laugh yourself shitless in a minute, or maybe not, I don't know, but you'll see what I'm saying. Well, whilst I'm Australian and all the rest of it, my family's English, old boy. One doesn't do that sort of thing.
Well,
The it even goes down to there's a great scene in a movie called Legend,
legend. I gotta
which is
think of
about a couple of British gangsters named the Cray brothers, and they were diabolical with the Crays. But at the end of the day, there's this scene because one of the mafia did do a deal with them, and at one point, because Ronnie Cray was unhinged, there's no way of other way of wording that he was unhinged. It was well known, and there's a scene where one of the mafia guys, played by Chaz Parmentier, I can't remember how to pronounce his surname, but you see him do a lot of mafia roles. This guy, and he's pretty much well suited to that.
right.
Basically, he's turning to Reggie, the brother, and he's and bearing in mind the Cray's mother had instilled very heavy loyalty into him, and basically the mafia guy is trying to explain to him that Ronnie's got to go. It's going to be a problem, sort of. He's trying to tell him, and gets the response, "No, I can't do that. He's my brother." And you can see there's a cultural difference here, where to the mafia, in certain circumstances, you do what you got to do.
Yep.
To someone like Ronnie Cray, can't do that. Or Reggie Cray, rather. You couldn't do that because he's my brother. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't really like my brother, but fisticuffs? Nah. It was a pain in the ass. But yeah, no, that's just not how it's done. It's more underhanded,
Yeah.
and political, family politics and shit.
Yep.
And that's kind of grubbier, actually.
I'll tell you what, me and my brother, we fought growing up. And, but when I got older, if there was anything I ever needed, he'd be right there for me. He's
Oh,
actually
that's nice.
he bought me a car one time and he's actually given me 2 cars
Oh,
when I
wow.
was younger. Yeah. Yep. He's gone now, though. He passed away of prostate cancer.
Ooh, nasty.
Yeah.
Now, there's about 4 spots of bronze I need to tidy up on that. I'll show you once I get this bit of tape off my finger. Get off of there. It's not even playing pull my finger.
Pull my finger.
You can see there's a couple of spots I need to tidy up.
Okay. Oh, man, it's looking nice. Yeah, I like that bronze on there.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that.
Now really good with those wheels and rims on it.
Yeah, the rims are my next task on the tidy up front. That's what my big aim for today is, just to get a whole stack of shit tidied up and ready to go. That's my plan. That's my plan, Stan. Yeah. We'll go under here first. Actually, no, we won't. We'll put the tape on first.
I'm actually the baby. I had an older brother and I got an older sister, and she's just as redhead as she can be.
Oh no.
Yeah, got off from my mother's father, my grandfather. She had red hair, auburn hair.
She got the temperament to go with it.
Yeah, she's quite a character.
Yeah.
And don't let nobody fool you. Your redheads are some mean bitches.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She's actually the reason why to this day, before I met my wife now, I would never date a redhead. Nope.
That's funny.
Lori was mean. I guess growing up with two brothers, she had to be, I reckon, right?
Well, I don't know. It depends on a few things. Although I was the youngest, so that probably made it a bit different again. My 2 sisters were pretty hard. My brother had to deal for 7 years with being the only boy. And that was actually pretty hard on him. I noticed that looking back, I've seen it, because my father was far happier about having a son than daughters. He could relate to sons. And so tended to spoil David to some extent. And that, of course, didn't go down well with the girls, who made Dave's life very hard. And I actually was told by my mum that they were actually quite nasty to him, straight up bullying towards him.
Oh.
Now, Mum's response to this was although she didn't say this, but I've worked it out, was to sort of like try and be a bit nice to him because, well, they were being bitches, which only infuriated my sisters more and made them give him more of a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
So he was having a bit of a rough time with it. And then I came along, and this is where he and I were probably never really going to have much luck on the positive relations front, because when I rolled along, my sisters were 6 and 8 years old, respectively.
Okay.
And of course, along comes this bundle of joy. And any girls that age, what is their first response when they see a baby? Oh, he's so cute.
Uh-huh.
You got to say, that poor bastard.
Oh shit.
So he and I were never going to, it was never going to work well in the final analysis.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Harsh outcomes. It's a bit like the Ozzy Osbourne lyric. Sometimes reality is unkind.
Yeah. Man, I was so ugly. They had to tie a pork chop around my neck to get the dog to play with me.
That's an oldie.
Yeah. I had to trick or treat over the telephone.
That's another golden one.
Yeah, that's how ugly that was.
Oh dear.
Yeah, when I was born, my mom said, "Oh, what a treasure." And my dad said, "Yeah, let's go bury it."
Ha! Oh dearie me. Now, the final bits of this are going to be doing the bronze, I think. If we get all the black done.
Now we grew up in a tight household. We had chores to do every day when we come home from school. Daddy had us a list, each one of us on the kitchen swing.
That's where my mum went wrong. She didn't do that.
Yes, sir. We had chores.
Because I don't understand why she didn't. Because she was at that when Dad left, she was a single mother. I mean, for God's sake, woman. You know.
Yeah.
Although I would sometimes it would be that I would actually be. She'd pre-prepared dinner, but it would need to be cooked, and so I'd do that.
Right.
But all it really required ultimately was maybe doing some potatoes or turning the oven on, depending. And yeah, but that's not really a biggie. It didn't really interfere with my plans of what I was doing during a day.
Right.
And I didn't have to do any of my own cleaning. And you think, maybe you should start drilling your kid into doing some of that, Mum.
Yes, sir. We had chores to do, and we had to make sure we had them done when Daddy got home from work.
That's something that a person I shared house with, she was fully. Now, her father had been 101st Airborne.
Wow.
And sent to Vietnam. And as such, they were raised very much on this room will be tidy, thus sort of mantra, and the mother was backing it. And you guys say, well, there are benefits to that. By the sounds of it, he went a little too far with it, but
right.
At the same time, I got to say, and she, this is where it got kind of funny, because I mean, I wasn't raised that way, but she wasn't going to have her doing all the work to have a nice house. She wasn't doing it all herself, which is fair enough. She busted my chops for about a few weeks until I'm, oh fuck, all right. And
Yeah, Daddy, he always worked 2 jobs. You know, we always had nice Christmases and birthdays, and had some food
he
on the
was well
table.
within
And
his rights to make that stipulation.
yep. But once he became a police officer, went to law enforcement school, it changed him, man. He became a real asshole.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It is the nature of the job because you deal with assholes.
Yeah.
When I was doing security, I had some pretty big anger issues. As you'd be unsurprised to,
Yeah,
because
man.
what you see, it's even not even just the fact that you're dealing with a lot of violence. Sometimes it's stuff like what you see on the street. When you see stuff like the cars that go by picking up girls who are clearly way too young to be getting in and out of cars, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That made you angry,
Yeah.
or made me angry. And particularly when you could see, yes, and these are cars driven by the elite in society, and you think, yeah, fuck off.
Yep. Yep.
Um, so yeah, that sort of thing. And if a person in any degree of law enforcement, that's something I learnt when I was on the door. I learned a whole stack of sympathy for cops because
Yeah.
what would happen?
He told us about some of the calls he's had to go on and how horrific they were, pretty much.
Oh yeah, some of them are horrible.
Yeah.
And I used to see, well, we'd have to deal with a scene. Shit hits the fan, and they've got to deal with the
Yep.
aftermath.
Yep. Literally.
And
He had to
it's
he had
not
to pick a
pretty.
man's mustache out of a bush before they got hit by a train.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be one of the things that I would view as one of the more truly horrifying elements of being a copper, dealing with car accidents. That would do your head in,
Yeah. Yeah.
particularly when it
Anything
was
involving
vehicles.
children would just mess me up.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally
Absolutely.
getting that.
Yeah, anything with children, man, I can't.
That's part of the reason why in jail, if you get someone who's done anything untoward towards young people,
Hmm.
they get special treatment.
And that's what they should get.
Oh yeah, and it happens because what my sister went out with a guy for quite a while, and he'd done a stretch in his time for assault, I believe. And he said, what happens is that you'll see 2 guards will be having a chat in front of certain people, and the line will be, oh, I've just left this gate open. I should probably go and lock that at some stage.
Think.
And they'll just leave it at that. The
Yep.
people who have heard that will go for a short walk, and somebody will fall down many times. Many, many times. Along the way, they may well find that you don't need to drop the soap to have an interesting experience as well.
Yep. I mean, it's just.
So, yeah,
Yep.
whilst I'd be happy if they just left the kids alone in the first fucking place, they get their comeuppance.
This is correct.
There's a case in the papers at the moment where a stepmother, it would have to be, basically criminal neglect is what we're talking here. And the child has died as a result.
Oh man.
And as I'm reading it, it's just like, not only do I feel really sorry for that poor kid, it's just that there's some part of me wants to crawl through the very screen that I'm reading. And you think, and I hope when she gets inside, in fact, I know what will happen.
Uh-huh.
Because, of course, a lot of the ladies inside are also mothers.
Mm.
And that doesn't go down.
Nope.
Oh my God, it sounds like there's a whole shitload of Harleys. I reckon there's a club ride going on. Yeah,
Well,
something.
our neighbor across the street has got a Harley, and man, I tell you what, I don't think he's working a part-time job. Every day
No.
when it's pretty out, even when it's not pretty out, he gets on his damn motorcycle and he stays gone for a couple hours. And he's got two small kids, probably 8, 7 to probably 10 years old. And you don't. I've almost gone across the street and put my foot in his ass because I've seen him out there screaming at his little boy and his little trying to give him the weed eat and do stuff. And the little boy didn't understand, his son. And he's out there screaming at him like he's a damn idiot.
That's not going to help.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand some folks, man. The sense.
No, neither do I.
But yeah, he'll get on that motorcycle, he'll leave, take on for a few hours and come back home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some people are just fuck knuckles.
That's it.
I saw this rather good Lemmy interview, and again, a few little touch-ups required, but it's coming together. Yeah, and the line at the end of the interview, he's asked, "Got any advice for your fans?" And the advice was, "Have fun, be good to each other, and fuck politics."
That's it.
And you got to say the man has
a valid point there.
Some validity in those postulations now, isn't there?
Yep. This is so true.
As I think the fuck politics thing, because he was actually asked about, what do you think about politicians and da da da. And that's where he's chirped out with, look, the reality is their job is based around lying.
Oh, 100%.
And he said, that's why I just don't understand why anybody bothers. And I don't quite agree with that, but that's because I studied politics. So I'm going to have a slightly different perspective than that. But he is correct. Ultimately, they are saying whatever they were required to say to gain office. Now, sometimes, and here's an interesting fact for you too, and you would have seen this in operation yourself. When a party is in opposition, they can say remarkable things. Why? Because they don't have to deliver.
Yep.
Once you're in government,
Joe
it's not
Biden
quite
was
so
a
easy.
prime example of that.
Pardon?
I said Joe Biden was a prime example of that.
Yeah, well, when you're in opposition, that's what you like, because you don't have to deliver.
Yep.
When you are in government, you're accountable, or you should be. We'll leave that discussion there.
Mm-hmm.
And at that stage, permission to bitch is denied, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, and that's the thing. But when it comes down to there not being a government, i.e., there's an election on, well, nobody's in office, so we can all say what we want,
Mm-hmm.
and they do.
Yep. Yep.
There we are, getting in now. All right.
What you got going on today?
Today, not too much. I've decided, because one of the things I'm not doing enough is exercise. And what I've decided to do, I've worked out, because when I was doing really well on the exercise front, I had like a routine. That's what I don't have at the moment. But what I have decided is that as Thursday is the day that my swimming class is, that means that I should use Tuesday for swimming practice, because 2 days before, recovery time, all the rest. And therefore use Sunday as a day for maybe going for a walk. And then I'd use the other days in between for various other bits and bobs. And I'll probably also do some Tai Chi and forms today. So I want to do some exercise.
Well, I'll tell you what, since I've lost all that weight, it is nice to be able to get out and walk and do things. And
Oh,
like we
yeah.
were actually, all three of us, me, Bass Woman, and our son, we checked out up front and we parked in the back. So we had to go through Walmart and go out to the garden center. And we got to an aisle where there wasn't like nobody on it. And we all three started running to the back door.
Ah,
And it feels good about to get out there and run now, you know, and do
look,
things.
yeah, I'm not really able to run well still, because my joints won't take it. Not over a distance. I mean, over a short distance, I can.
Sure, yeah. I can't, you know, the law gets after me, they're going to catch me.
Yeah, I mean, I dare say if I needed to make a short dash for a bus, I could manage that sort of caper. In fact, I know I can. But yeah, the overall, yeah, it does feel good to be able to do things that are after you've been through a period of not being able to.
Well, you know, losing the weight and then be able to run a little bit and you know, kind of really beneficiary because if someone gets after us, I ain't worried about my life. I just got to outrun them.
Yeah. And I also want to catch up with some neighbours of mine, or former neighbours of mine. They're quite old now.
Yeah, our neighbor next door, he's in his I think mid 70s, and he's been going through some really health issues here lately.
Well, they're in their 80s, and Bill, that's the husband, has been through some big health issues lately. Poor guy. Cancer.
Oh wow.
And then the radiotherapy was fucking with him. Well, it was making him fully delirious and shit.
Damn.
And there was a whole stack of bad stuff going, so they had to stop the radiotherapy. And he was in hospital for ages. But the cancer is gone now.
Well, that's good.
That is very good. And he's able to go back home now, which is good.
Yes. To go back home is always great.
But he's definitely not the same man. But to be fair again, if you get cancer in your 80s and survive it all, you've done well.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah. Okay. We're getting places with this car at last. Well, not at last. We have been getting places all the time. But in this capacity, as far as the hole in the paint job goes, it's starting to look nice. Nice. Now, we'll clean this brush. And then there's a few other bits I want to get onto. Then we'll get back onto the wheels.
Wheels on a bus go round and round, round and round.
Every time I think of that one, I think of again a Simpsons one, where Otto loses his job as the
School driver.
bus driver.
Yeah.
And Skinner has to drive it. And at one stage, because of course he's trying to do the polite thing of waiting for a suitable gap in the traffic and showing manners and da 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 da, as far as when you're driving. And at one point, there's Bart saying, "I think you may need to push in, sir." No, no, no. One of our good citizens will let us in. And all the kids are singing along. And eventually, because the kids are just waiting, eventually it shows the time elapse has happened. The only kid who's still singing is Ralph Wiggum.
Oh, shit.
And at once you hear him going, round and round. Shut up! Oh,
damn it, man.
Yeah. When I was working at a disability unit, there was a young lad there who no shit for all the world could have been Ralph Wiggum.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right the way down to mannerisms. It was almost cruelly comical.
Oh, wow.
And I remember, because he quite clearly was besotted with another girl there, or the girl there. And myself and, whoops, I'm a slight error there. We'll tidy that up in due course. I see. And I made mention of it to the home ec teacher. Comment, yeah, he chooses her. Yeah, that's how Ralph Wiggum he was.
Damn.
And yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know if he had ever seen a leprechaun who told him to burn things. But if he had done, I'd have been totally unsurprised.
Damn.
One thing that was curious about him, though, and this
What's
is indeed a curious thing. Okay. I've been working, so he wasn't the kid I worked with one-on-one, but he was in the same room. So obviously I had to interact with him to some extent. And look, okay, yes, he's in a disability unit, so his intellectual capacity is going to be subpar. This is a given.
Right.
And where it gets interesting, though, is one day I was just seeing him, had some pencils, like had a good set of pencils, it would appear, Didn't think about it. And then he's got this book, and it's the most spectacular piece of colouring in I've ever seen. It was like one of those. Clearly, there is some area where his mind can see the colours, how they go together, and that was his one talent, if as it were. In every other capacity, I'm sorry to say that lad was utterly deficient. When it came down to matching colours and doing them in, he had something that a lot of people just don't. It was curious.
Right.
And you'd see that a lot of the time with some of the kids there. They might be largely not good in some area, but there would be one area where you'd just be going, what the hell? If we can harness that, you'd be onto something. Like, seriously, his work, if he had been nurtured the right way, he could have potentially made himself some money after school doing just a little bit of painting sort of stuff.
Right.
And I think you'll find, in fact, that Vincent van Gogh, he of the one ear.
Oh, yeah.
He was mentally unwell, not disabled, mentally unwell.
Right.
And he couldn't work, and his brother would just buy him paints, and that's what he created, was the works that we now know to be the Van Gogh masterpieces.
Yeah. Huh.
So there's something going on there. For some people, at least.
Right.
And it's an interesting thing. Oops. A little clumsy in some spots here, but now we're starting to get a bit of action going on this. There we go. All the way over almost. Still, like I said, I still got to do some fair bit of tidying up on the bronze.
Well, you know, I went from a very active person, hunting, fishing, playing basketball in the yard, always doing stuff, and to my back messed up, and it just kind of depleted in other ways, you know.
When you're an active person and that happens, it's really upsetting.
A bass woman, her grandparents own about 115 acres out there in the country. Yeah, full of deer.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and yeah, we used to be very avid hunters. Always got our meat processed. You know, we didn't hunt just to be killing animals. You know, we hunt to feed our family.
That's fair enough. Fun fact about reindeer. Well, now the deer you've got would be red deer, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you know that they are existence on every continent except Antarctica?
I can believe that.
They're very adaptable as animals. And as a result, they've pretty much adapted to every environment that they've been introduced to. As to whether they could survive in Antarctic, that I couldn't tell you. But they've survived on every other continent they've been introduced to.
Yep.
I think originally they were European. Originally. Learned that one from, because it's where I used to do the volunteering at the safari park. They had some deer there. Because, yeah, well, you get them all over the place. And I think also because we just got some of the Adelaide Hills even. So, now what I'm looking for, give me a moment, is, it's around here somewhere. Yeah. Where is? I'm looking for the headlights. Note that's headlights, not headlights.
Ah.
I know where they might be. Excuse me, I'm not going to have to take my headset off. Oh, stretch. Crack. Oh. More stretching. Crack.
Interesting.
No.
Headliner.
It's just a little thing I wanted to tidy up on them. It's right in front of me, I can tell you that right now.
Who?
Now then. I'm back. Now. Where did I put? No. Not spotting it. I need to do these though. Pardon me. Now. There's another thing I need to do. But where is?
Have you lost something, mate?
Pardon?
Have you lost something?
I'm trying to find the headlights that I painted.
Oh.
And because there's a bit there that I want to tidy up on. Now, I saw them not long ago. Here they are, I think. No, it's it's not the ones on. That's not what they want. We'll worry about it later. I'm getting distracted. Which means, and if I don't go looking for it, it means it'll just somehow manifest in front of me. This I know.
It will. It absolutely will.
Oh yeah, that's a given. Now, other things I want to paint in this color. There's a few of them. There was those headlights. There was. We've done those. We've done that. We've done. What was the other? Yes, steering wheel. Now.
Yeah, I've done everything but painted my steering column and steering wheel on this Camaro. How the hell I done that? I have no clue.
Now.
In the future, where humanity has colonized space and been known as the quiet rapture.
Don't know if you're aware, but we have a discount store called Ollie's.
Yep.
Oh, you heard them?
No, but yeah. Most places have various sorts of discount stores. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's like a really big discount store, and
Okay.
they get like say this model right here I bought $40 model I got for $15. They probably had 60 of them. So they buy in bulk.
Wow.
They can sell it cheaper, of course.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I picked up this one today, and they also I'm a comic book collector.
What'd you get?
Yeah, I collect all kinds of things, man. but you get 5 comic books, and you
Oh,
also get
nice.
from the 60s and the 70s. There's 1 or 2
Cool.
in this pack. Only $6.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and
They'll be
both
happy
these
with that.
packs would probably be 1 or 2 comic books from the late 60s to the early 70s.
Nice.
And I enjoy reading them, too, as well. I still ain't bought me a damn boat yet.
Hmm. There's more of this black than I actually had anticipated to be done. That's all right.
Read all Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a nasty wintry day here today. It's been overcast, cold.
Ticking all the wrong boxes, you reckon?
What was that?
Is that ticking all the wrong boxes, you reckon?
Yeah.
Here's quite a mild day. It's supposed to be, to us it's 21. I don't quite know what that is in.
What's 21?
It's pretty pleasant, and there's a bit of sun, so it's not too chilly, if you know what I'm saying. It's almost, yeah, it's pretty nice today.
Okay. Oh, 70. Yeah, about 70 degrees.
So it's pretty mild.
It was 90 yesterday, wasn't it?
Yesterday it would have been, no, yesterday was okay, but the day before it was about 90 odd, yeah. And it'll start getting that way more often and get a whole lot higher than that a bit later in the year and early next year. Here's a line of thought for you. However harsh Russian winters are, as I'm sure you're probably aware, Australian summers are correspondingly harsh, but just the other way around.
Right.
And in the same way that there's a saying in Russia that they have 2 generals that have never been defeated. Generals January and February. Because that's when the really savage weather moves in and totally fucks over every army that invades them.
Damn.
Now, Australia's never been, certainly not during its time of occupancy by white people, been invaded by another military force. I dare say Aboriginal people might debate that little statement, but we'll leave that discussion there. However, yeah, in the same way, it's January and February that the truly hot weather arrives. And that's when you'll get days and sometimes weeks here of 40 plus degrees. So like you're talking 110.
Damn.
Yeah, it gets kind of brutal.
Yeah, what's the humidity like?
It's pretty dry. That is the one thing it does generally have going for it. As far as it will come off your skin, if you know what I'm saying.
All right.
That said,
Yeah, we have wet heat.
yeah, that's harsh on occasion, I've got to say. I found it pretty savage in Thailand. Because of course the sweat stays on you.
True.
But yeah, I used to share a house with a guy who was they're called chauffeur cabs. They're classy taxis, basically.
All right.
And he reckoned he'd given a lift to this guy who fundamentally, as a job, his big thing was going around the world doing mining.
Oh, wow.
Fair enough. He made big bucks doing it. And he was saying to my mate that he had worked in, the jungles of Africa. He'd worked in the deserts in the Middle East. And of course, obviously, he'd worked in Australia. He worked all around the world. He said, and almost invariably, yeah, wherever you go mining, the weather is savage. But he reckoned that nothing was as mind-fucking and draining as the harshest of Australian summers. He reckons that was just brutal. He reckoned worse than Middle Eastern type hot.
Really?
Yep. And when you get into that point, you start going, wow, we punch above our weight.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's something I necessarily want to punch above my weight on, but we'll leave that there.
Oh.
But yeah, and so that's how it is for us. It can be really quite on the really hot days. You just want to stay put.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that.
And sometimes, if you're really unlucky, the low temperature, as in overnight, will still be over 80.
Oh yeah, that really makes for a rough night, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's a less than the desirable outcome.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, here's something to think about though. When you look at, and this is something you wouldn't have seen, so I have to explain.
All right.
You see a lot of the early buildings put together by the first settlers over here.
Okay.
You can see that they've got no idea what they were being let in for.
Hmm.
And what I mean by that is they've got tin roofs. So let's really bring that heat on in, shall we, guys? They got no veranda. So they're getting straight, no protection from the heat there either.
Oh, holy fuck.
You'll be going, and how do you reckon that rolled out? And we can pretty much gather, not so pleasantly.
Yeah, well, I must admit, having tin roofs around here is pretty nice, actually, especially when you've got a good rainstorm.
Yeah.
Well, damn a bear. If I had painted the steering wheel and the steering column, I would have this one almost complete.
Oh, wow. I've been clumsy, bugger. Oh, well. We want a little tidy up.
I think tonight we might watch the, I don't know if I said a while ago, the new Frankenstein movie.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, our son's all into Frankenstein and vampires and stuff like that.
Well, if he's going to be into vampires, he needs to understand the one true great vampire of our times, Keith Richards. let's face it, he is definitely a form of major undead.
Keith Richards. Picture that.
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stone guitarist.
Yep.
Keith Richards. Yep.
I saw this picture of him with these two smoking hot chicks. And the caption read, "These are Keith Richards' daughters.
Rolling Stone. He founded the Rolling Stones. Huh.
When they die, he inherits everything."
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Can't believe that guy's still alive.
How old do you reckon he'd be?
He's fixing to turn 82.
Fixing to turn 82.
Yep. That's what he'll tell you. Yes, come on now. He is not vampire. He is Nosferatu, yes.
I think that all wrong. Our son's got long black hair, lip rings, and his skin like pale white.
There's a TV show, UK one, called The IT Crowd. And there's a character, now what's his name? Richmond. Richmond was a high-flying exec until he, which goth band does he discover? He discovers some goth band, basically.
Right.
And at the end of the day, he becomes the full, goth, lost vampire soul. And the reason he pisses his boss off, and why he's now part of the IT department, is because he's rocked up to this funeral of the boss's father, I think it is, dressed in the full goth style. And when it comes to the giving of a sort of a parting gift to whatever, he offers up the latest album by Cradle of Filth. It really spoke to me. And yeah, he's a hilarious character. In terms of, there's a scene where they've one of the characters holds a party, and when they approach him to find out what he wants to drink, first he says it in this whole sort of like almost ghostly tone, "Do you have absinthe?" "Oh no, I only drink absinthe." "Oh, would you like a Carlsberg?" "Ah, perfect." Yeah.
Damn. Damn.
Almost there. Another touch up required there, but mostly there's 2 spots I need to tidy up here, but 3 spots on the whole.
Sounds like it's pretty quiet in your neighborhood. Oh, that looks good, bud. Oh, wow. Yeah, that bronze, that steering wheel, and that black looks really nice.
Yeah, it's come up nice. It is mostly pretty quiet. Whilst I am pretty close to the main road, like you know, and you, of course, obviously hear some of that sometimes. The reality is that my street is pretty quiet.
Well, it's actually quiet around here tonight as well. Well, it's not here, not
What they've done here is you can only turn into this stretch of road by turning left off the main road. You can't turn right into it. So immediately that cuts down a whole stack of traffic. And you can turn left onto the main road from here, but you can't turn right. So whilst we do get some traffic that's trying to avoid the intersection, for example, there's a big intersection near here, on the whole, no, it's pretty quiet.
Okay.
You can't be entirely unhappy about that little outcome, I would suggest.
Well, it'll probably start getting busy around here, probably around 9, 10 o'clock. Everybody's probably out Christmas shopping right now that lives around here.
Yeah,
Well, normally this road is pretty damn busy. When we first moved out here, you'd be lucky to see maybe 5 cars all day long pass by.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really grown up that much. There's like 3 new housing developments down the road.
That's something that I've noticed over here. I mean, okay, it's
I was going to ask you, but go ahead.
There's areas out here that when I was young, they were countrified. You know, they're country areas, and now you get these huge housing developments, and it's just like it just seems inconceivable that some of those areas that were not, like I said, when I was a kid, country, and now they're part of the suburbs.
The housing developments that they are building now everywhere is unreal. Apartment
And they've got
complexes.
here's a question: in your country, are they pretty much devoid of a front yard and backyard and
Yep.
yeah, and the buildings themselves are actually kind of flimsy, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not built out of nothing no more.
Yeah, I've seen some buildings, in fact, quite a few.
Very cheaply built.
And
And
if I got a good enough head of steam up, I could run through those walls, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, there's a
not
lot
a
of
fan of that
complaints.
style of construction. But hey,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah, they're not
as long
building
as
them at
people
anything
are happy
anymore.
to buy them, good on them. But like I said, I'm not a fan.
Nope. Nope.
That said, I don't own a house, so you know, maybe there's. But bricks are always better than. Hell, I remember the day when it was pretty much stock standard practice to go double brick. Insulation helps, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is for damn sure. And that's one thing we need to have done to this place. Like, well, not too much later, but probably in the near future, it needs to be insulated better. This house
Insulation is the thing, man.
was built in the I think late '80s, early '90s, and it's not insulated very well.
Yeah. The martial arts academy I used to live at had, in effect, no insulation.
Wow.
And that was particularly harsh. It was the first floor up, so straight away hot air rises. And being on the main drag, you got a lot of reflected heat straight away from, of course, the bitumen and the concrete. But where it really came into its own was when you tried to sleep there. Because I lived there, of course, I had to sleep. And the bigger thing would be that you just couldn't get to sleep. So what you'd have to do, and this is comical, but hey, do what you got to do.
Right.
Is I would have to run up to the showers, you'd feel the air getting hotter with every step, by the way, because you're going higher up. Soak myself with water, run down, get myself onto the bed with a little area in contact with the bed as possible, and hope I dropped off. So yeah, that was how it was done.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Very quickly now.
Well, we lucked up. We've been here a little over 20 years, and the people are getting the house from. I grew up with them, and my sister actually used to date one of the boys, and yeah. So when me and my wife first started dating, we came out here and talked to the man that owned the house, and
Nice.
so we've been living here for 20 years, paying. We started out at $450 a month, and now we're only up to $650 a month for a little over 1,400 square foot house.
That's not bad.
No, we got three big bedrooms, living room, dining room, kitchen,
Yeah,
family
nice.
room,
That's what you
about
want.
an acre lot. And when he passes away, we get the house.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good
So,
arrangement.
I mean, after being here 20 years, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to have to move after that length of time.
Nope. Thank you, dear.
All right. I believe the wheels are now complete.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
Happy with them.
Yeah, they look good.
Now, moving along. Clean brush. Next. Yes. Now, next on my agenda, I shall, what I need to do, give me a moment. Where is?
Yeah, with the housing market today in the United States and the cost of living, man, you can't buy a damn house now.
It's pretty savage over here too. But yeah, and I'd be expecting the situation in your country to get potentially worse.
Yep.
Yeah, that is my anticipation. It's not. There's a housing crisis over here as well, and a lot of it, I'd be curious to see if it's a similar scenario in your country. But fundamentally, it's people. Some people have a lot of properties.
Yep.
And they're able to do, over here, they do what's called negative gearing, which means they can claim all their investment expenses. And because they've got a property, they can borrow against that and then purchase another property, which they then do. And there's nothing illegal about it.
No, is it Blackstone? There's a company that's going around buying up all these trailer parks and charging people way too much rent, and a lot of people are having to move out. And yeah, I'm trying to think of the name.
You can see as soon as I heard the buying up all the trailer parks, all I'm thinking, I think, could you see it coming straight away, and they're going to do an absolute boning.
Yep, going up on everybody's rent.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, that is literally slumlord.
Yeah, absolutely. As we go back to saying, rich people are assholes.
Yeah, well, all too often that is sadly the case. And there we go. Now all I did there was just because there was a bit of bronze and stuff on the inside here. Fix that up. Now, next, what do I want to colour? What do I want to paint more is the point. That was it. A few things, in fact. Now, these, our wheel rims, not wheel rims, our these. So they go on the back, I believe is the drill. Now, oh hey Manuel, how you doing? Oh, David's gotten his yard arms fixed to the masts. Nice
Oh, yeah?
one. Now, wheels. Here we are. There we are. Ah, yes. Right. Now, if we've got them there, they go which way round? It will be that way round. Is that right? No, that can't be right. Can it? What would go on then? Anyway, so this is supposed to be, I would say that's going to be chassis black. Would be my suggestion. Because, yeah, actually, no, not necessarily. What I also want to consider here, I'm not seeing how they go onto these back bits. Nonetheless, they say these are steel. I can deal with that as a notion. Notion in the ocean. Do.
Doop, 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 doop.
Natural steel. Here we go. Now. Oh, nice one.
Yeah, there's tail lights I painted yesterday.
Oh, swish.
I've actually bought some felt, and I am doing headliners in my cars. You can't see it, but I put a gray headliner in this one.
All right. Nice.
Painting the roofs, like black or brown or what the color the interior is.
Yep.
Then I got all these super color felts at the Walmart for like 32 cents a sheet.
Yeah, right.
So put carpet in the vehicles, headliners.
That's a cool idea. Like
Yeah, I done this Camaro is the first one I've done like that. It actually turned out really well.
because then you're getting the proper authentic look, aren't you?
Yeah. You're getting that realism to it. So this is something
I
I'll
might do that.
continue doing on them.
Let's face it,
And
that's what it's all about if you can, isn't it? Realism.
yeah, it's like, oh my God, I don't know the diameter of it. Now I'm talking about the thickness of it. The diameter is 12 by 12, but the thickness of it. It's just thick enough that it covers like it's supposed to.
Nice. Yeah, you wouldn't want it too thick.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see.
that's what I was a little bit worried about when I first put it on here, but remember the old shag carpet?
I do.
The old
I
shag
used to
carpet.
know someone. Here's a bit of humour for you with regards to. It wasn't full chat. Now here we go. First, a bit of a. This young lady was a very keen consumer of a certain chemical substance,
Mm.
and as such, she got her V-dub lined floor and ceiling with very soft sensory um, cloth. I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was you couldn't help but marvel at this stuff, even when you were straight. Um, let alone her who, and let's not be shy, was not unknown to be googing off her head, then come and go, oh, so soft.
Yeah, in our house growing up, we had green shag carpet, man.
Yeah. Shag pile used to be all the GO, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a bit ummy and ahry about carpet in general. I do like having some runners like you saw the other day when they've got like that Persian rug sort of a look. But they can be a really big or good way of holding. Look, and let's face it, the carpet monster. If the we all know the modeling gremlin, yeah, but in conjunction with the carpet monster, cuntiness overload on occasion.
Ain't it though? Ain't it though?
Um,
Half our house is
yeah,
carpet, the other half is linoleum, and I keep the floors waxed. I like running
yeah.
through the house and sliding like risky business. Tom Cruise.
Ah, I could theoretically do that because I've got wooden floors pretty much all the way through here, except for the bedrooms. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I tell
the only
Pat.
thing I don't like about the wooden floors is I've had to get a special mat from a chair
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to have I've had to put them on ours, and the
because
kid.
otherwise you can wind up with chewed up floorboards.
Yes, sir.
Took me about 4 months to work that out, but I should be
Yeah,
right, I think.
yeah, they're ruin floors in a minute.
I mean, the final analysis, any damage done in that time frame is probably easily repairable. I would hope.
I mean, you can sand them and revarnish them.
Do what?
I said you can always sand it and revarnish it.
Well, that is it, isn't it? And as I'm hoping to be here for a few years yet, because I couldn't be fucked moving all the time.
That's a real
Um,
that's a real job though. My mom and stepdad
I hate it.
done their floors like that with an orbital sander and
Okay, yep.
that was a bit.
And I'm just looking at moving house. Like, if I'm going to be here for a few years, I probably don't need to worry about it too much right now. If you follow me, as far as from a rental perspective. So I'll hopefully be all good with that. Now, it's just that my land agent is a bit of a dick, actually, I've concluded.
Wow.
Um, and
I
the
said,
reason I say that, maybe that's the wrong word, but I was, she, after the first inspection, I figured, well, I'll get her cleaner in. to clean the place, because then there could be nothing said. I'd been pretty happy with. Ordinarily, I'd just do it myself. I thought, no, this way, because it was quite apparent to me that she was a bit particular. That way, she's going to have no comeback. That was the theory. And the clean has herself said, nah, she's real particular, and she just looks for something.
Yeah, don't you hate those type of people like that?
I do, because that's just being a dick.
Yeah, if they have to nitpick, then they can't really find nothing wrong.
And well, here's how it manifested to me. And having been given that heads up, and also also with the phrase of good luck with Marina, that's the real estate agent tomorrow. So that'll tell you a fair bit as to what the cleaner's perspective was. And that says something of its own.
Right.
But the other was land agent comes in as planned, no problems. Then when indeed she's quite pleased with the place, I'm stoked. I'm happy. Then she sends me, because whenever she does an inspection, she does a report, and then she sends that to the owner, and I get a copy. Okay. Having said no complaints to my face, she complains that there was a strange musty smell, and the place could be better aired out.
Wow.
And I wouldn't have minded her saying that, because she actually made that statement with reference to my bedroom. If it wasn't for the fact that the window was open at the time, had been all morning, and had been the previous day. So it's at that point that you start going, congratulations, you're a dick.
Yep. Straight up.
She just looks for stuff. So it's just, I think I'll probably get the lease renewed by her, because I think on the whole, as far as I think she'll offer me a new lease. But and I'll do it because A, I do actually like the place. B, I hate moving.
I cannot imagine us moving right now.
Just moving at all is just a pain in the ass. I was doing it by myself, just a single person. Confucius says no. Don't do it. It's a bad outcome. A family, fuck that. Although I got to say,
Confucius
my
said,
family went through the pinnacle option of not just moving a family, but overseas. Why would you inflict that on yourself? Well, I can see why some people would. In some parts of the world, it's called survival.
True that.
But on the whole, yeah, if you're in, say, Australia and you have to move your family somewhere, fuck, that'd be a painful experience. Because there'd be so much stuff.
Well, if I win the lottery, I'm going to be your neighbor.
And
we'll buy a yacht and live on the ocean.
That wouldn't be all bad, would it? Because some of those really big ones are amazing.
Aren't they, though?
They're the marine equivalent of a Winnebago.
Yeah.
Although you check out some of those maxi yachts that are worth God knows how much, and owned by Russian oligarchs.
Oh man!
And it's not just any mere luxury yacht we're talking here. We're talking bloody cruise liners in their own right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What, Bill Gates? Is this I think his yacht's nuclear powered, ain't it?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think I saw that
Nothing
on
would
Google. I
surprise
think I
me
saw
about
that
it.
on Google a couple of days ago.
Wow.
Don't nobody quote me on that, but I swear I saw that on Google.
Jesus. You would have the financial capacity,
Absolutely.
and that of its own is ridiculous.
I agree.
Um,
Hey, look that up real quick, if you don't mind. If you guys say, please. I'm curious about that.
I suppose because as long as you have the right licensing,
Well, she's
although
gonna
you're
look
the
it up right now. She's gonna look it up because I swear I saw that on Google. On my Google reel I get every day.
Google sometimes has some interesting things come up on it that I tell you what I saw recently. Actually, first saw it on Facebook, and I thought that can't be right, but it is,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was the FIFA Peace Prize. Yep, you haven't heard this one?
No, I was getting ready to say what?
Do you know who FIFA are?
Yeah.
FIFA are the people who organise the World Cup.
Oh, okay.
It's centred in France. I believe the title is in French. Fédération International Football, something to that effect. FIFA.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the next World Cup, or one of the next ones, is being held in the US, and indeed also in Canada and Mexico. And so the World Cup draw was being done during the week, and there was, in all its glory, a newly created prize by FIFA, the FIFA Peace Prize.
FIFA Peace Prize. Wow.
And who do you reckon they gave that to suck up? And you should have seen him.
I can imagine.
It was just, oh dear. And I actually saw a British comment about it, or sort of small snippet of one of their podcasts from the Times, one of their newspapers, and the comment was, "Yeah, I switched on to see let's see who England got the pool draw with. Instead, I was subjected to 2 hours of Trump show."
Wow. So Bill Gates.
And the ultimate thing was the whole. Oh, hey, John, was the whole. Yep, and he's got his Peace Prize now. What the fuck? Invented just for that occasion. You think, seriously?
Damn.
Yeah, that's the level we're at now.
Wow. So Bill Gates' super yacht is valued at $654 million, and it's
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a groundbreaking vessel that runs off of liquid hydrogen and fuel cells.
Liquid hydrogen.
Yep.
Interesting. What he would be doing is nuclear fusion. What you do with that, and that is nuclear powered, I would suggest, yeah.
Yeah.
Because what most nuclear engines and reactors run off is what's called nuclear fission, where you split the atom, and that's how the energy is created.
Yeah. Revolutionary green technology.
Yeah, nuclear fusion is actually what the sun runs on, where the hydrogens bind together and form helium.
Yep.
So there you go. Interesting stuff. All right. Now, what I did there was just the backs of the wheel rims. So they're going to go obviously on here. Not much to be seen on them, but at least they'll look correct as far as color goes on the back of the thing. And I reckon I'm going to wind the stream up because I'm actually starting to get really fucking hungry.
Oh yeah, hell, it's 7 o'clock here in the evening.
It's now 10:30 here. I haven't had brekkie yet. I'm fucking hungry. Okay, I'll give you a bit of. Show us what you've been working on, Bassman.
I've got my
Oh, there we go. Looky that.
finished up.
Nice.
I detailed all that today.
Nice. Nice one.
I wish you could see the headliner, the felt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And chassis, I mean, it's all together. It turned out really nice.
Nice.
See if I can.
Nice.
Can't see that felt, can you? Well,
Cool.
maybe you can a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can do.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see it on the windows. So, and on the side. So, I mean, it's
When you held it up, I could see it. Yeah.
But that's what I've done this evening.
Nice.
Thanks, sir.
All righty. That's us done for today. All right. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We appreciate it.
It's been a hoot.
First-time viewers, you know the drill. Follow, like, or subscribe.
Subscribe.
That's the one.
Like button.
Other platforms. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And follow, like, or subscribe.
Subscribe.
Now, tomorrow, we'll be back. I don't think I have any early appointments tomorrow either. Deary me. Which means we can probably get another good solid stream in and get a whole stack of shit done.
Great. I got another Camaro I'm working on.
Pardon?
I got another Camaro I'm working on. So.
Oh, winning. All righty. In that case, we shall be back tomorrow. Same kit time. Same kit channel. We'll catch you good people then. See yous.
Later.